Hello, adventurers. I'm Gray, and welcome back to Slime Rancher. Look where we are. These are some beautiful ruins with absolutely beautiful music. I love this place. It reminds me a little bit of sort of the feel I get playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Very whimsical, very magical, very calming. And we're about to head off into a new land, a new place that has not been explored, not by man other than this professor here. He's been there. But it's been a while. No, I'm the first female to go there. Beatrix LeBeau. And let's activate the portal. Boop. Hooray! Ooh, look at that. It's like whenever you have heat reflecting off of something, like some really hot steam coming up, and then light is just distorted by it. It looks like that sort of heat distortion going on. Let's hop right on in and burn ourselves in this heat. Woo! Smoke, fire, and mirrors. Under a blistering sun. Oh, it is hot. Prismatic giants evoke beauty and peril. Aww. Butterscotch teleporters. Have 2 teleporters that can be used to create your own quick travel link. A new blueprint. Okay, I kind of want to read about this part of the world, so let's see. The Glass Desert. The Glass Desert is a mostly uncharted territory within the Far Far Range. Located so far beyond the ranch, it is only accessible via teleportation. I wonder who built this teleporter, and how long has it been here? The Glass Desert gets its name from the monolithic glass structures that dot its landscape. Resembling prismatic frozen flames, these glass structures are believed to have been created during a violent solar event, scorching the land and heating sand and stone into glass. That sounds very dangerous. These glass structures are also believed to be the catalyst for the dangerous solar anomalies that regularly occur in the Glass Desert. Firestorms that burst from the ground as if intense heat is desperate to escape the ground below. You know, I feel like this is not a safe place to be. But the desert's barren, unforgiving, sometimes violent environment hides a secret. Somewhere deep beneath it, or deep within it, sorry, lies a memory of what once was, and a lamp that contains a genie that can grant 3 wishes. I mean, a means of restoring parts of that memory. So there's some lore here, there's some things to find, and I'm excited to find it. This is going to be like the exploration episode. Butterscotch Warp Depot, 2 gadgets allow you to remotely transfer resources. So what are the differences between the different types of teleporters and warp depots? Or is it just like another thing you can get, like another aesthetic choice? So if you don't want a blue teleporter, you can get a butterscotch one or something. Or maybe you can only get 1 set of each color of teleporter. So for example, 1 set of blue, 1 set of butterscotch. So when you unlock a new one, that gives you a whole new set of teleporters you can make. So I'm going to take a look around. So even here in the desert, we have ourselves a nice little ocean, along with these weird pillars going around, and very fast moving clouds, and a scorching hot sun. Whew. You know, there's a big contrast here between this place I'm at right now in Slime Rancher and real life, where I am really cold. It is below freezing over here in the Northern Hemisphere in North America. And, you know, I like it. I like to feel a little bit of the warmth in my bones sometimes. You know, this brings up a good question. Ooh, look at this. This is pretty. I just want to carve this out like some sort of ice sculpture and make myself a dragon. Or something. Something cool. I lack any and all art skills, though. Well, I don't entirely lack art skills. I probably have more than most people who are doing doctorate programs, because most of them are all like science-based and all that stuff, so they don't do much art. But I'm not that great. Not at all. I don't practice at all. What's this? The weirdest looking cactus I've ever seen. Looks like one that would be safe to touch. Yeah. The bulbous cactus. Okay. Okay, what I was talking about earlier was, when it comes to temperatures, do you guys prefer the hot or the cold? If you've experienced both, because I know that there's a good number of people who live in a place where it's only ever hot or only ever cold, and that's fine. But just like, if you had to choose to constantly be in a hot environment or constantly in a cold one, which would you prefer? Personally, it's a tough question, actually, in my opinion. Like, it might sound easy, depending on what your beliefs are. I don't think it's that easy. I think it takes a little bit of thought, because, like, cold environments, sure, you'll have to wear jackets and stuff like that, but you can always put on more clothes and get warm from that. Put on gloves, put on a hat. I saw something on the ground over here I want to take a look at. What are you? Hello? Hello? Can I stay? Hello? Hello? Can I spray you with water? That doesn't work. What is this? Anyway, like I was saying, and from Casey, an email. When you're in a cold environment, you can always put on more clothes to warm you up. I swear these things look like Pokemon. His eyes are glowing. I don't like it. What? What? I see. You know what? That's funny. Whee. But when you're in a hot environment, then you can take off your clothes. Ooh, it gets hot over here. Oh, it's a heat wave. Is this going to be damaging to me? Should I hide? Oh boy, this is threatening. When you can only take off your clothes to a limited level, it's not like you can take off your skin and get even cooler. You'd have to get like fans and put water on you and all that stuff. Why is the music getting so dramatic? This is scary. Is this gonna go away or is this gonna damage me? Oh, what the? What is that? Oh, it's a fire slime! Like a little campfire, except that it moves and it's a slime. Diet ash. Fire slimes are a rare breed of slime that lives on ash. Fire slimes will eat just about any food, but not without it being burned into ash first. The only way to feed a fire slime is to use an incinerator with an ash trowel upgrade. Fire slimes need ash to survive, but will quickly snuff out if left on any other surface for too long. When keeping fire slimes in an ash trowel, simply burn any food item to produce some ash and fill the trowel. A fire slime's naturally burning state makes them bad companions for other slimes, as their fiery touch will send a slime flying. Additionally, fire slimes and their plorts need to be kept in an ash trowel under an incinerator, or they'll quickly snuff out. If you need to deal with fire slimes directly, a splash of fresh water will put out the fires for a short while. There are plorts that use in the developing world on Earth to keep stoves and fireplaces burning. You know what, that makes sense. Thanks to fire plorts, warm hands and hot food is a possibility for millions of people who otherwise would not have access to such luxuries. A rancher won't get rich selling fire plorts, and certainly managing them can be a dangerous endeavor, but they should... You know what, I was just thinking of Endeavor from My Hero Academia. He has fire powers. But they should know that the sale of each helps those in need. Now and far into the future, the little noble actions of every individual helps us move forward as people. That much will never change. You know, that's a nice little inspirational comment. I like it. I like it. Everyone should do their best to help those as much as they can. You know, don't like hurt yourself trying to dedicate your life to helping other people at the risk of your life and stuff like that. I mean, you can do that, sure, but... Ow, crap! I'm doing it right now! But like, what I'm trying to say is, one individual can't save the world. But in your everyday life, you see someone in trouble, or you see someone who's feeling down, give them an encouraging word. Call your mom, tell her you love her. Stuff like that can really make a person's day. I should probably do that today, honestly. I haven't called my parents in a little bit. Yeah, but when it comes to temperatures and things like that, like, of course, I prefer having seasons where it gets hot and cold and all that stuff based on the time throughout the year. In my opinion, that's the best. But if I had to be perpetually hot or cold, I'd probably go with cold? I don't know. I just like the fact that there's not many bugs when it's cold. You can always dress up warmer and all that stuff. And I don't go outside too much anyways, so, you know, there's not much loss there. What are you? Dervish Slime. Twists and turns all day and spirals all night. There's a tornado coming at me, but I'm reading my Pokédex, and by that I mean Slimepedia. A Dervish Slime is a swirling, whirling bundle of energy in slimy form. Dervish Slimes are commonly found in the glass desert, not grass. My speech impediment from middle school is coming back. Cruising across its dusty dunes at high speed atop little whirlwinds. One thing's for certain, though. Whenever the Dervish Slime needs to go, it gets there in a hurry. By go, it means the bathroom. Dervish Slimes can cause total chaos on a ranch if not cared for properly. In addition to frequently riding atop whirlwinds at high speeds and collecting objects along the way, a highly agitated Dervish Slime can produce giant cyclones of air. I don't know how the physics of that work, but it can. That vacuum up and toss about anything they touch. When cyclones are roaring across a ranch, there's little you can do other than brace for the chaos that will soon follow. Dervish plorts are a fantastic source of clean energy that helps give turbines and generators an extra boost. Okay, so it's wind energy, basically. You know what, that would really help with our wind energy problem, in that, I mean, I don't want to speak too much about stuff like this. I've learned from last time when I was talking about some slightly, like, controversial stuff, economics and stuff. I shouldn't talk too much about that type of stuff, but I like to give some thought experiments and stuff like that. Like, anything I say, of course I need to do more research into things like that. From what I know, though, one problem with clean energy is that you make much less power when you have less wind. That makes sense. So having something like this that can produce these, produce this air, these sort of cyclones that spin really fast and can produce more energy based off that, that would just help produce a lot more from wind power. That would make it a lot more appealing. Though in constant demand is, curiously, there's a finite number of spins stored in every dervish point. Okay. So basically, I want to fly. Can you send me in the air, please? I want to go fly away. But what if I shoot a slime into it? Ah, there he goes. Look at him spin. Look at him spin. Oh, come back. Ow, hey, stop it. Come back. Come back. There we go. What are you? You know, I'm leaving my ornaments here. I might come back for them later, but I want to see what all these things are. A painted hen. Some believe it's what lies at the end of the rainbow. Totally disappointing. Favored by Tangle Slime. We haven't found a Tangle Slime. I'm going to have to leave a lot of stuff around here. Painted hens are the colorful chicken variants found in the glass desert. It's unknown what caused the rainbow-like plumage to occur. One theory suggests their colors are biological mimicry of the prismatic glass found within the desert, while another theory states that their wild colors made them the dominant mates of the Cluck kingdoms and were thus banished to the desert by a coalition of jealous chickens who couldn't compete with these fashionable fowls. I feel like I just got high while reading that paragraph. Anyway, but the latter theory is only actually believed by one very strange person, so I'm not sure why it would have been included here. On the ranch, painted hens in close proximity with roosters will periodically lay eggs to produce painted chickadoos, but giving too many hens or roosters makes them anxious. Okay, so you need to have 12 max. Same with usual chickens. Oh look, there's a little baby one I can pick up and read about. A tiny chick that's hiding a bounty of colorful potential. Okay, so this is the last type of chicken that we haven't gotten based off what I'm reading here. Painted chickadoos are baby chickens that will eventually grow into a painted hen or more rarely a roostro. Okay. So it's just a tiny chick, basically. I'll leave you alone and take you because you're better. And there's some more. Cool. And a little post by our good old scientist man. The glass desert is a fascinating place, but you need to be on guard. At any moment, a dangerous solar anomaly can occur that will cause all heck. Way to follow Kappa. To break loose. For a spell. You'll know it when you see it, and when you do, head for cover or risk burning your tuchus. I prefer if you say burn in your butt. Ooh, this looks a little bit unsafe. I'm guessing I should probably, yeah, not drop down there. I'd probably lose all my stuff if I did. Ooh. What are these crystals that are glowing? Okay, well, speaking of... Actually, what should I feed these guys a hen? What happens if I give these guys a hen? Oh, nothing. Okay. Oh, what's up here? Sorry, I keep getting distracted by all this stuff. This is like an exploration, so I don't have that much time to, like, talk about things. I just want to explore, but at the same time, I like having conversation. So speaking of those cyclones from earlier, created by the Dervish Slimes, it reminds me of elementary school, which I might have mentioned this story before. I don't quite remember. Ooh, map marker. In elementary school, there's a time in recess. So we were all like on the playground. Here's the map. This place looks nice. I might need to go back and drop off some stuff before coming back here because my inventory is going to get full. But I want to pick up as many fire slimes, painted hens, and dervish slimes as I can first, though. But when I was in elementary school during recess, it was actually a really bad day for me. Like, I was having a bad day at school. I don't remember exactly what it was. But I think I might kind of remember. I got in trouble that day. Oh, what's that? What's that? Gilded Ginger. Very few ranchers will ever read this. Favored by Gold Slime. Curiously, it cannot be replicated in a garden as its unusual biological properties prohibit it, but there is perhaps another use for it. Said to be the holy grail of veggies, Gilded Ginger can rarely be found growing in the glass desert. It's the only known food that a gold slime will eat, and the few that have seen it claim that doing so will greatly reward the lucky rancher. Oh my gosh, I found something rare. Okay. Okay. I think that's worth dropping these guys. Painted hens, I don't think are that rare here, so I'm gonna come back and get those later, but I need to keep the Gilded Ginger. But that day in elementary school, I got in trouble, and it wasn't really my fault, and I'm still a little bit salty about it. But I had like scissors with me. We were doing arts and crafts in school. And my classmates around me were just like, hey, you should try snipping a bit of your hair with that scissors. I was like, I don't know, I don't think that's a good idea. My mom cuts my hair and stuff like that. And they're like, oh no, it'll be funny. We could like, I'll cut my hair too. And I was like, okay, being the little kid, I was like, okay, you won't tell on me or anything, right? And they're like, no, I won't tell on you. It's like, okay. So I got it. I pulled up a bit of my hair and snipped it. Immediately, that student yelled, hey, Jonathan cut his hair in class with his scissors. And the teacher said, Jonathan! And I was just like, dude, what the F, man? I was like, you jerk. And he was just laughing. I don't remember who it was, but I'm still salty. But I got in trouble for that. And because of that, I had to sit out during detention. I sit out during recess for detention. But instead of like keeping me indoors like they should, they let me go outside, and I just had to sit there and watch other kids play for the 30 minutes of recess that we had, rather than join them myself, which sucked. But it sucked especially a large amount. I'll read that in a moment. I'm in the middle of a story here. It sucked a ton because that day, it was a very windy day, and we happened to have a mini cyclone type thing appear. You know, when I hit my head on the roof here, it knocks my camera. Ooh, that's weird. It happened to have a mini cyclone that would pick up all these leaves. It was in the fall, so there was a lot of leaves on the ground and stuff. And it was really pretty. Like, there's just dirt, like dust and leaves flying in a little whirlwind. And it wasn't like a small, like it was pretty visible. Like, it's not enough to lift anyone up. Like, it was still small comparatively. But you could definitely see it and get inside of it. And you could feel the breeze lifting your shirt up and stuff like that. And it was nice. But I wasn't able to enjoy that because when I saw that, I was talking to my teacher, hey, can I, this is like a rare thing, can I enjoy myself in that mini tornado and stuff like that? And I really want to try it, because I might not get this chance again in my life. And you know what the teacher said? No. You're at detention. You're going to sit here no matter what. If you get up, I'm sending you to the principal's office, and you're going to get in big trouble. And I don't know what I did to piss off that teacher, because I don't think I've ever had teacher... Oh, I've had one teacher that I've hated and who's hated me in my entire life. Generally, I get along super well with teachers. I think it might have been a substitute. I'm not quite sure. But I'm going to go ahead and say, let it be known, that is not how you treat your elementary school kids if you want them to grow up properly. If they have an experience that they really need in their life that would be very memorable to them, that they would remember for years in the future, you want it to be something good, something that they'd enjoy. You don't want to hold back these experiences from these kids to teach them a lesson. The only lesson I learned from that is that some teachers are absolute a-holes. I didn't learn anything about discipline from that. That was the most stupid thing. Like, I wouldn't have cared if they let me sit out recess the next day, so long as I would have gotten to experience that. But needless to be said, or just saying, I didn't get to experience that tornado. I didn't get to go inside of it, but I had my friends tell me that it was fun, so at least there's that. Sad face. Don't worry, I've seen these small cyclones and stuff like that outside of my house before. Nothing as big as the one we had at school that day, though. That was the biggest one I've ever seen, and I didn't get to experience it. So, F in chat. The desert is a harsh place for sure, but there are little pockets like this where life is waiting to flow back into the swirl and reach towards the clouds. Of course, it might happen a little faster if you give it a helping hand. Use that noggin, Beatrice. I mean, I have water. What do you mean? Watering the plants doesn't count? Do I need to, like, throw in some... Ow. Okay, I guess fire slimes do not go well in here. Maybe a quantum slime. Nah. I'll work on it later. Right now I'm hunting for stuff. This place is pretty, though. I love it. Yeah, I have all sorts of random school stories I could do. I'm like a storytime YouTuber. You know the storytime animators? I don't watch them as much as I used to, but I still like them. They're fun to watch. They just tell all these random stories in animated format. I just do that, but instead of making animation, I just play YouTube games because, like I said before, I'm not the best at art. Ooh. Do I have any more keys? I don't. So I'm going to need to get some more slime keys before I can really explore this whole place. And I'm guessing to get to the end over here... Actually, that's where I came from here. There's probably something special over here, and I bet I won't be able to get to it until I get some more slime keys. Also, am I safe down here? This is underground, so I should be fine. But yeah, I have lots of random stories I could talk about. I've traveled a lot. I've done a lot at school. Most of my stories come from school, because that's kind of like what most of my life has been. Let's be real. People's lives are like 20 years of school or more. For some people. No, more like 18 to 20 years of school or so. And then they do another like 20 to 30 years of work. Or 40 years. Or 50 years. Depends on what job you have. So you go straight from tons of school to tons of work, and then you have a short time of doing nothing, and then you die. So it's kind of like, you know, I kind of sometimes feel like I need to break the system and do some things that are a bit different, because that sounds so lame, right? That's why I cut 2 years off my school by going to grad school 2 years earlier than most people do. I'm in graduate school, nearly finished my first year, and I'm only 20 years old. So that's been a nice little thing. I also made all A's first semester, and I'm trying to get all A's this semester, and it seems to be looking pretty up. So I don't know, I'm pretty proud of how things are going. But doesn't mean it's not stressful, it doesn't mean I'm not doing my best. But my hope is that one day I don't have to do that whole thing where you're just at school, just at work, and then you die. I want to get out of work a bit early, retire a bit young, and then travel. I want to explore the world, see what there is to see, go on adventures, that type of thing. That's what I've always wanted to do, and I want to take my family with me, and perhaps some friends too. I think that'll be a good time. Meanwhile though, the apocalypse is happening in the glass desert, and the apocalypse has ended, so that's always nice. Can I grab you before you despawn? Yeah, there we go. A couple more fire slimes. Or one more, actually. And I think I'm going to end off this episode here. We've got a nice preliminary look at this place. I still don't know what tangle slimes need to eat, but I know they like meat. I don't know what's their favorite kind of meat. My guess, though, is that it's the painted hens around here. Those are probably their favorite, so if I make a farm out of them, which I will next time, question mark? I could do that. I'm thinking next time I might make myself a teleporter at the slime science place and bring one over here. That way I can easily go back and forth. I think that'll be a very nice thing to have. So that'll be all for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this little rambly episode of Slime Rancher. I really enjoyed this one, honestly. And I hope to see you all on the next adventure.